So welcome back after a long time. So look at the question. Was they given two cylinders? Okay, two cylinders have the same volume, no problem. Radius of the base of second cylinder is 20% less than the radius of base of first one. So take a two cylinder, okay, two cylinder have the same V1, and then I take another cylinder and that's going to be V2. V1 equal to V2, but the shape of V2 is different, because shape means what? Here the volume of the, what I said, the radius will be very different. Here look at the radius, but there will be compensation at the top. Maybe height may be different, maybe somewhat because you know model different cylinders are available, but different Tupperware, some of the company things are available. Actual cylinders are available, some different models are available, but they have a same radius, but sometimes the radius of some other cylinder could be somewhat some percentage less than the other. Okay, so what they have asked means how much greater the height of the second cylinder. I told you, right, there will be a problem in height, because second cylinder, if it is lesser in radius, means there will be having higher height than first cylinder, because then only it can compensate, because then only the volume can be equal, otherwise it can't be equal, because radius of the second is very low, means the volume there should be somewhat height is increased, then there should be compensation. Okay, we can go to the session now. For that, what it do means we can go for the calculation. Okay, you can go for the calculation. Now listen over here. So the first one, what they have used, volume of cylinder. You know the volume of cylinder, that will be equal to pi into r square height, is it right? So you know the r is radius, height is equal to height. I just told r is the radius, and height you can represent in the form of a height. Okay, so what is that one? So mainly the radius of first cylinder, and to the base radius of second cylinder, This is a normal actual radius, because it is common for all. Here radius is different, the radius of base is different, so you take the radius of first cylinder. Okay, then because I have to eliminate the radius of the second cylinder, only the bottom side. So in the bottom side, the radius, there will be what? There will be the 20% lesser. So for the lesser only I have used the minus. Okay, so r into 20%. That is very important, because you have to multiply 20%, then only it will be reduced. Okay, that is equal to r minus, what is 20%? You know 20%, right? 20% 20 by 100, or 20 by 100 means what is equal to 0.2. So 0.2 r, that is equal to what is r minus 0.1 minus 0.0 is 0.8, so equal to 0.8 r, right? So you understand, 0.8 r. Now what I do, I can go for the next one. I take the height, okay, height of first cylinder. I take the height of first cylinder as h1, and height of second cylinder. Okay, take a height of a second cylinder as h2. Okay, so with this one, what I can have, I can use the volume formula, pi into r square into h1, that's equal to second cylinder, pi into, instead of r I have to use the 0.8, is that right? Because 0.8 r, so 0.8 into r the whole square. Okay, so don't think that only r will be having square, both 0.8 and r will be having square into h2. Okay, so now what you have after pi can cancel, height is different, is it right? I told you, right, is also different. So r square into h1, which is equal to, you know, 0.8 square is 0.64 into r square into then h2, so that you can cancel both r square. So h1 is equal to 0.64 into h2. Now what you have, so some greater thing you have, because h2 is somewhat greater, is it right? So how much greater means you have to know. So h2, because you have to eliminate the, because h1 is 0.64 times lesser than the h2, that is right? Yes, because h2 is higher. So you have to eliminate the, then because you have to compensate the h1, so you have to eliminate the 0.64 from the actual height, because you know that two cylinder available, this is somewhat height, this is somewhat lower height, so this compensation, so this much compensation you have to make compensate. So what is this much? This much is 0.64. So if I eliminate the 0.64 from the second cylinder, I will be having same height, because r is the same, r is get cancelled, right? So no problem. So I have to eliminate the actual height of cylinder from the same cylinder. Then only I can compensate to the first cylinder. So I have to go for divided by. So what you have? So the simple. So you know 0.6. Already there you have to take the second cylinder 0.64 H2. The total you have to multiply with the form of 100. So comparison is right. So what you have? You will be having so H2 minus 0.36 H2. Is it right? So divided by 0.64 H2. You can cancel H2 and then totally it will be into 100. So you know what is 0.36? 36 by 64. 64 means what? 60 36. 8 6 or what I say 64, is it right? 8 so 16, so 16 into 6, what is the having? Okay, not 16, you can go by 4. 9 fourths are 36 and then afterwards 16 fourths are 64. 9 by 16, is it right? So automatically, so if you go for 9 by 6, 9 fourths are 6, that is right, is it right? 9 by 16. So when you go by 9 by 16 means you will get into 100 I have to do, which is equal to 0.5625 into 100. So once you make a multiplication, you get 56.25 in terms of percentage. So the answer will be third option. If anything doubts means, you please comment in the comment box. Thank you very much.